Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to Software Application Laboratory. I am MS Deepak, Assistant Professor, BMS Institute of Technology and Management. So, as a part of Software Applications Laboratory, yesterday we were dealing about one-way slab development of an Excel sheet for a one-way slab design and how to implement for a practical one-way slab. Today we will see about two-way slab, how to develop a Excel sheet. So we will consider the same plan likewise yesterday, a single residential plan. You can see the plan over here. For this, I'm going to design a two-way slab Excel sheet and we can use for any two-way slab further based upon Indian standards IS 456 2000. So in this plan, I am selecting this particular slab named as S2. The center to center distance of this particular slab is 3.28 meters cos 3.28 meters and it is discontinuous on adjacent edges. So we'll come to the Excel sheet. So same like one-way slab, two-way slab, we are having the slab spanning on both the directions Lx and Ly, mean the moment is distributed on either directions or the load is distributed on either directions of the two-way slab. Now, as per theory problem, we are first giving the span of the beam, span of the slab and span of the slab in y direction. Both these spans we are giving it. And then what is the grade of concrete that we have considered? M20 grade of concrete. And what is the grade of steel that we have considered? 415 MPa. FOS 415 MPa. And the live load is considered as per IS 875 part 1 for residential building. And since I have told yesterday that the building consists of G plus 3 buildings, G plus 3 height, the floor live load considered is 3 and the unit weight of RCC is 25 as we all know that. Thickness of the wall assumed is 9 inches or 230 mm. Factor of safety is 1.5 and these are all the types of slabs and they are basic span to effective depth ratios from the code book. And this is the load calculation, how to calculate the load acting on the slab, live load, dead load, weight of other finishes. So if we accumulate all the finishes, we will get around rough 1.5 kilonewton per meter and the dead load is 3 kilonewton per meter and dead load is 3.75 kilonewton per meter and live load is 3 kilonewton per meter and we can add all the things. This is unfactored load. To make it factored, we must multiply with factor of safety as 1.5. Now, two adjacent edges discontinuous as we all know here in this slab, the adjacent edge in left and in bottom are discontinuous. You can see it here. So, I have considered two adjacent edge discontinuous. What is the basic Ly by Lx ratio? It is both the sides it is of same side, so it is a square slab. Automatically it is less than 2, hence it is a two-way slab. Now the effective depth required will be span by ending value into moment modification factor. See here, since it is both the sides continuous two-way slab, it is 40. The factor will be here 40 and 0.8 is for steel. We are using 415, so we have to multiply that by 0.8, right? This is given in code book. This clause is given in code book And the span we know it is 3280. I'm taking it as center to center distance. Now the overall depth will be span by basic value, basic span to effective depth ratio value into zero point 0.8 is that modification factor since we are using Fe415 steel and it is a continuous two-way slab. Now, the overall depth required is 102.5 millimeters. Now, adopt, as I said, adopt 120 mm. And all these values shown in red, these values should be provided by ourselves. Okay. Now, we are providing a nominal cover of 20 mm and the effective depth of the beam is, sorry, slab is 100 mm, 100 mm. Why 120 mm? Why can't I go for 125 mm? Yesterday, while considering one-way slab design, I have kept it as I have kept it as 1.2. I have kept it as 1.2 the overall depth. Sorry, 120 mm as overall depth. I'm considering the same here. So it is 120 mm. Now the load calculation we calculated here. Dead load finishes and the factored load is so much. Effective span is effective span plus the depth of the slab or effective span plus thickness of the walls. I'm getting the answer. Effective span as 3380. Now bending moment coefficients. You have to apply negative and positive. Negative for hogging and positive for sagging. Negative bending moment coefficients and positive bending moment coefficients are present in Annexure D of IS 456. We can find in Annexure D the bending moment coefficients for rectangular panels supported on four sides with provision for torsion at the corners. So here to adjacent edges discontinuous and for span by effective depth ratio 1. I'm having the negative bending moment coefficient and positive bending moment coefficient. So apply that in this particular slab condition. Right now, I'm having for both alpha x and alpha y. Right, thereby we can determine the negative bending moment and positive bending moment. Applying all the bending moment coefficients, I'm getting positive moment in midspan, negative moment in the continuous span, in shorter direction and also in the longer direction. When I apply all the bending moment coefficients and calculate it applying the formula available. See in here in page 91 of IS 456 2000, we can find the bending moment in x and y direction. So we can apply. So the maximum factored bending moment will be highest among these. Highest among these. Since W considered is factored, whatever answer is got here, the same will be the maximum factored bending moment. Here it is 5.26. So when we apply this 5.26 factored bending moment, we will find the effective depth, whether we will check for the effective depth. This particular equation is MU limiting equation available in Annexure G of the codebook IS 456. Now minimum area of steel required is 0.12 percentage of the gross section area, that is 144 mm square, and the reinforcement details in shorter direction and in longer direction. at midspan and in continuous edge. At longer direction at midspan and continuous edge, continuous or discontinuous edges. So when we apply the minimum steel required for each and every moment, or we can consider one maximum factored bending moment and design the steel for both a negative and positive as for the maximum bending moment. Maximum bending moment. Okay. Now when we design, we apply all the formulas. Here the red indicates the values that we must add. And how we got this minimum AST required, that is from formula b square minus 4ac by 2a. We can solve in that equation and we can get the AST required, and required AST, to that you must provide the diameter of the bar used and spacing of the bar required. So we will provide the diameter and spacing and you will get the actual AST in negative and positive directions. And what is this edge strip reinforcement? Since it is towards the support, the negative is going to be more. So the minimum reinforcement at least should be present. We are providing good reinforcement because both in negative and in positive moment resisting directions, we are providing same amount of steel. So we are providing 8 mm dia 200 mm centers at the top in the edge strip reinforcement. And check for shear, we can consider VU by BD, that is VU is the total load, shear load divided by cross section area. We are getting here load by cross section area, factor load divided by cross section area. So we got what is the nominal shear stress and percentage steel based on the provided actual steel reinforcement. We get PT by PT, which is equal to 100 AST by BD. Now we determine the tau C or maximum shear stress value from table 19. Since PT is 0.251, we get maximum shear stress here value is 0.36. And from K value, it is 120 mm. The slab overall depth is 120 mm, so it is 1.3. When we substitute 1.3, we are getting maximum shear stress resisted by the section is 0.468, which is more than the nominal shear stress acting on the slab, hence it is safe for shear. Now the check for deflection. Basic span by effective depth, span by depth ratio should be 30. So by using the figure in IS 456 2000, KT we are getting it as figure 4, and we can determine what is KT. That value is 2. 30 into that 2 value, basic span by overall depth ratio, you will get what is your length to depth basic or deflection maximum permissible, that is 60 mm. We are getting only 32.98, 32.98. So hence it is less than safety, hence it is safe against deflection, satisfying the serviceability factor. Now check for crack. If the steel provided should be more than the minimum steel and the spacing of the main reinforcement not greater than 3 times the depth of the beam. Diameter of the reinforcement should be less than d by 8, less than 12. So it is 8 mm only we have provided, hence it is safe against crack. Now the design for torsion reinforcement. We are providing a square mesh reinforcement and using same 8 dia bars square mesh, right? We are providing square mesh in layers. So for 100% torsion, we are providing 8 dia bars at 200 spacings in 2 layers or 4 layers. So how this reinforcement will be there? I can show you that how the reinforcement detailing should be there. Typical two-way slab. We can see adjacent edges discontinuous and this adjacent edges are continuous. How the reinforcement is given? Negative strip reinforcement, white lines, negative strip reinforcement, and this purple line indicating the mesh, this is torsion. Okay, torsion will be in the free edges, and in continuous edges the torsion can be eliminated because the slab is continuous. Only in discontinuous edges it comes, and when both the sides are discontinuous, it becomes mandatory to provide torsion reinforcement. The main rods and the distributed rods for a typical two-way slab. This is the reinforcement detailing. So when we apply an Excel sheet for a development of two-way slab, then thereon initially one time we develop this Excel sheet and keep it. So we can use the same Excel sheet to find for different size of slabs. Imagine here S1 is also a two-way slab, right? Slab you can see with the different size, all are two-way slabs with the different spans. So for all the spans, we can use the same Excel sheet to find the steel required and find the reinforcement arrangement. So once when we develop a single Excel sheet, we can make use of it for design of a two-way slab. Thank you.